yes, hi, and welcome to the Dark Knight Conspiracies, episode 82. Was Snow White exposed? An open mind leads to awakening, and those we have trusted have let us down. Hope everybody had a joyous, happy New Year. Not sure it's going to be happy, in my opinion, but nevertheless, we've entered a new year into this whole if you want to call it a movie, this whole ridiculous paradigm, whatever you want to call it. You know, people are suffering, and you know, we see all the happy photos, you know, Happy New Year. Quite frankly, I don't know what we're really wishing into. I just know where we're headed, and it's all biblical, in my opinion. So the last couple days have been interesting, to say the least, if not less. So, let's get into it. All of a sudden, this is back in the news, folks. Here she is. A nice, youthful photo looking ahead to 2022. The comms are dropping everywhere. They're obviously getting ready to insert this individual. And it's been foretold on the 17 board, and everybody's been waiting for this, quite frankly. I don't know why it took this long, but, you know, gotta wait and see how these things are play out, but I don't think there's any doubt that this is what they're gearing for. And on top of this, Hillary asks for donations to the Clinton Foundation and gets grilled on Twitter. Now here's my whole thing on this, folks. And again, this is why discernment is so important. And I'm not saying I'm the authority on this stuff, but here's what I can tell you. Forget what your eyes show you. Forget what your ears tell you. Your gut tells you everything you need to know. And I can throw all this stuff out the window. We've all had those gut feelings. Don't do this. Don't go here. You know what? I'm not going to do this. And we have no idea how that might have impacted if we had ignored those gut feelings. They're real. I've already told you my opinion. I think that is the way of our soul, our conscience, talking to us, warning us. Whether or not you heed those things, it's up to you. I guess the best way to describe this is if you've ever had one of those feelings and you ignored it, did something happen due to that ignoring it? Just asking out there. I can't really put my finger on it personally, because typically I always heed, and I might have not heeded those things and not know it, and something bad happened to me. I can tell you things that have happened to me that were bad. Whether or not I had the gut feeling telling me not to do something, I can't really put my thumb on one. But here's my question about this. So if supposedly all these investigations are going on with the foundation, Durham, everything, how is this allowed to function right now? I would think if you're being investigated for something, everything shuts down till after the investigation. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. This is striking me as so freaking odd. And everybody's out there saying, okay, white hats are in control. Why is the orange man letting this happen? And, and again, it's the old movie theory, right? You have to show people. You can't tell them. And I got to agree with that, because in this day and age, you can't tell anybody anything because you're batshit crazy and you're nuts. And I'm sure after I get done with this episode, you're all going to say I'm batshit crazy. But you make your own decisions, right? You do your own research. I'm not saying I'm fact and truth. I'm just putting this stuff out there because I have an open mind. And I'm open to everything, and I'm just going to say there's something far bigger going on than what we're seeing in the news and all this crap that I call distraction with this stuff and everything else. And I'm going to stick to it. This has all got to do with Antarctica and what the hell is going on there. And if those of you that do your research and follow all these channels, for some reason that's the keystone, in my opinion. We've all heard the keystone from the 17 board. In my opinion, that keystone, whatever the hell's going on down there, would explain a hell of a lot of shit. But we're not going to see anything anytime soon. So what did we see on New Year's Eve? We lost Betty White, dead at 99. Mirror, 66. Just saying. I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but I'm just going to point out some facts. And look, I'll be the first one to say, big animal activist, going back to the 50s. I'm not going to speak ill of any of that stuff. She did a lot of good in that field. I'll just make this comment. How do you hide in plain sight? So you all think about that. So it was funny because I was having a conversation with a family member, and the first comment when this happened, my comment was, because I never went down the rabbit hole with this, why would I, right? And I said to my family member, well, I can't wait to see all the conspiracy theories coming out about this one. And it didn't take long, folks. They're out there. Posts about her being the sister of Barbara Bush, and the family resemblance, and Aleister Crowley and all that stuff. Well, you know what? You can't vet it. I'm just telling you. You've got to be careful. And look, it's, my comment was, well, look, you can make anything disappear, including birth certificates. We all saw that with a certain 44. We all know what the witness protection program does, right? They make you disappear, give you a new identity and everything else. You know, anything's possible. This is what I mean about an open mind. If you have a closed mind, then, my opinion, you're not going to get very far. But I digress. So as I got this gut instinct, I decided, okay, let's do some digging. Well, her first acclaimed role, and I'm not saying it's her first movie role, but her first acclaimed role was in the movie Advise and Consent. And I'll leave the links to all this in there. So let me just read you the beginning plot of this. And from what I read through this, she's really not a significant actress in this, but she portrays a senator. But the plot is a president nominates a Secretary of State, as it's a second-term president, who's ill, and has chosen him in part because he does not believe that the vice president, whom both he and others usually ignore, will successfully continue the administration's foreign policy should the president pass. Does this sound familiar, folks? Is this a coincidence? Now, this is back in 1962, this movie. So just think about, again, you can call me batshit crazy, but I don't believe in coincidences anymore. So I'm going to try and tie all this into a nice, neat little bow for you. And again, you can all call me batshit crazy, but my opinion, my conspiracies, you come to your own conclusion. So we get this post from Michelle Obama. And we all know her, Betty White's love for dogs and animals. So the First Lady took to Instagram and showed a throwback photo of Betty White sitting on the bench with their dog Bo. Remember that name. Some could say it's the initials for Barack Obama. Some could say it's the initials for body odor. Yeah, you know, you can take this anywhere you want, right? As my family member said, makes a good story. Well, apparently, for somebody who didn't get involved in politics her whole life, and I did some research on this. Anyways, she visited the White House in 2012. And she's on the porch with the Obama's dog. And the quote was, she was an animal lover, an activist, and Bo loved spending time with her. Which Bo are they talking about? Just putting it out there. And I'll leave the links to this. So, I'm bringing up the Wikipedia page on Bo. Bo died in May 8th, 2021. So let's think about that. And again, I'm going to try and put this all up in a nice bow. So let's go to this next one. She finally gets involved in politics. And, you know, my family member said never got involved. Well, I found this article. She reveals her presidential preference. This was published in May 12th of 2012. White says in this year's election she likes what Obama has done and how he represents us. So the first time in her life, and it says here she doesn't want to turn off any of her fans. How she stayed away. But she picked this particular time to come out. And then I'll leave you with this image. I rest my case. Now, why is all this relevant? Well, my family member brought up about how the 17 board never mentioned her by name. And that bell went off, that gut feeling, and I said, you know what, I think it did. So let's go to the board. This was post 144 on 11/12/2017. Alice in Wonderland, understood. Snow White, understood. Iron Eagle, Godfather 3. The interesting thing about a lot of these, excuse me, and a lot of these Snow White references have to do with the Seven Dwarfs. And those of you that follow the board, it's all about supposedly some 7 computers that were in the clown headquarters, and they all had names of the dwarfs. Okay, well, who was Snow White? Well, nobody really knew. Everybody speculated. We all know who Alice in Wonderland is. That's HRC. She's in the news. I think Iron Eagle has been explained. I'd have to do some more research into that one, but the other one that keeps coming up is Godfather 3. And if you watch the movie, we all know what that's about. And it has to do with the Vatican. So does this have anything to do with the mistake of announcing the passing of the Pope? I don't know. But as I go through these, and there's quite a few, I just want to bring you up to post 111 right here. And this is why I think there's no coincidences. Operators are active. We are at war. Good night, B.O., Snow White, Godfather 3. What did Michelle Obama post a photo of? Is Snow White Betty White? I don't know. I can't prove it. I can't vet it. That's just speculation on my part. Godfather 3, did we already see that? Or is there another actor in that movie that we have to keep an eye on? I don't know. But I don't believe in coincidences. And then I'm going to bring this up because we all know Dan Scavino on Telegram. And I want to show this one. Posted this. A door opening, and look at all these dogs in there. And he posted this on 11:44 a.m. today. A lot of people said, oh, who let the dogs out? And some people have speculated they're letting us know that all these people have been arrested. And okay, here's the thing. I don't get all these dog coms. I'll be the first to admit it. I know they're significant. I know they have value. We've seen enough of them. There's definitely something there. I have no idea what to connect that stuff to. Now, the other side of the coin is, was this in reference to Snow White? As the old radio show goes, only the shadow knows. And speaking of dog coms, I got 2 of them right here now begging for their dinner. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Bark. Okay, there's my boy. So, just thought I'd throw that in there, folks. And I'll end the show with that. As always, stay strong, stay safe, stay vigilant, be prepared, keep your faith. And until next time, same bad channel. Zebra 3, take us home.